Hi everybody, it's Lorraine Murray here from Connected Kids. I was asked a question about her course, and I think it's prompted me to want to read a little excerpt from my book, Calm Kids. Some of you may have seen this, which is helping people to get started or to carry on teaching children meditation. And the question was really around that the type of meditations I'm teaching people to teach children are just guided meditations, so taking them on journeys. And this was something, an impression that someone had had from something that they've read. Well, that's strictly speaking not true. So what it prompted me to do is to want to read a little excerpt from here with some of what I call the first 6 steps of trying to create your own meditations. And the reason for wanting you to create your own meditations rather than use someone else's meditations, even if they've been used for a very long time, is that if you use someone else's meditation, you'll come from your head when you're delivering it. And when you use your own meditation that you have created, it comes from your heart. And children really pick up on the difference between the head and the heart. And they respond really, really well if we can deliver everything from the heart as much as possible. So, in developing a meditation script, stage 1 of this from the book. So the first thing is setting an intention for the meditation is really important. How do you wish your child to feel or to be after the meditation? A lot of people I meet tend to be kind of hung up on a particular outcome they want for that child. So they want them to have, to feel a certain way or to be behavior-wise a certain way. And what happens is that you'll come from a very different place when you deliver a meditation, and you'll be very attached to the outcome. So you have to learn to let go of that. And so setting an intention is acknowledging how you would like the child to be, but letting go of that. Because if you don't let go of it, that young person will feel that, and most likely they'll resist it, or they just won't respond very positively to the meditation you're trying to teach them. The second step is choose an object or a setting. And the reason that we choose an object or a setting is so that it's something that this young person can relate to. Now, I know lots of different types of meditations, mindfulness, visualization, relaxation of the body techniques. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. So I know that there's quite a variety, but what I mean by this is not just choosing what we think as adults will work, but choosing something that we know will appeal to that young person. So let me give you an example. I had a young boy with ADHD, and instead of saying, let's do meditation, I learned from him that he liked Star Wars. So I introduced the idea of us doing Jedi mind techniques together. And it was a form of meditation, and it was designed particularly to help him deal with difficult people. But that really appealed to him. That really was something that he could relate to, and it meant then that he could sit and practice that, and at the same time he was relaxing his body and being able to in a meditative way deal with the challenges he was facing with difficult people. So that's what I mean by choosing a setting or a theme or something that will appeal to them. The third step is you have to relax and let go. So if you are really uptight about this, and if you're not practicing meditation yourself, then it's really not going to work if you don't, because those young people will see you practicing and want to either emulate that, or they'll be impressed by how relaxed that you are, and it will invite them in a much more subtle way to join in with you. So the way that you'll do that is by relaxing and letting go. The fourth step of creating a meditation is using the senses to explore this idea that you've come up with in your imagination. So I know a lot of mindfulness practice is all about being with the senses of touch and smell and taste, but we can also do that in an imaginative way. So if I take you to a place like a beach, for example, we can imagine what all the different information will come in through the different senses. And what that's doing is it's creating this imaginative place in our imaginations so that we can be creative with it, but yet our bodies will still respond as if it were real. So it's important for us to explore the senses. It also helps you as the adult, and no offence, to get a bit more creative, because many of the adults that come onto my classes or in the online course are really, we're stuck in our heads. We're too logical about it all. We're too trapped in the the linear logical approach to life, and we need to be more fun and spontaneous and creative, which is really what young people are teaching us. So the way to access that is to be more imaginative, and using the senses to start to move into that can help. Step number 5, use the self-awareness technique to help you pay attention to where the words, ideas and images come from. So self-awareness is a term I came up with, which is basically mindfulness. So it's about being very present and just witnessing and noticing how the images, the thoughts, the words are coming up that you are then hopefully going to deliver out loud to the young person who's waiting to be taken on a meditation. And that's really important that you do that, because it just goes back to that sense of relaxing and letting go. Sometimes I feel when delivering meditation isn't about being in your head, it's about being very present, almost practicing meditation, but instead of keeping it to ourselves, we're sharing it out loud so others can participate in it too. And then the 6th step is write it down word for word as you would wish to see it, and this is very important. And so some of you may come up with great ideas and never bother to write down your meditations. This is if you're kind of new to this, or but maybe still stuck in your head. My suggestion is that you write things down word for word, or maybe even just write down a few words that relate to what the meditation is about. It's not that I certainly don't want you to look at the piece of paper like this and teach a meditation like that as you're speaking, but much more so that you perhaps just have a way to get your creativity going. There's also some research that shows that when you write something down, it helps to connect neurally the left and the right sides of the brain. So it helps the emotion, the imaginative side of your brain, connect to the logical linear side of your brain. So it brings much more balance in. So it's a great thing for you in terms of delivering the meditation out loud. I hope that's helped. This is just a little excerpt from the book Calm Kids. You can get that from Amazon. It's also an ebook as well. It's my first book. The other one is called Connected Kids. And yeah, just to get you started. And there's lots more ideas like this. But if you have any questions, please drop me an email at info@teachchildrenmeditation.com. I'm happy to help. Thanks for listening. Thank you so much for being brave enough to teach young people meditation. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the best in your journey. Thank you. Namaste.